This probably sounds stupid because I'm over letting things like the things I don't have bother me. But I don't think a person is supposed to get over their kids. Since I had my spiritual awakening, I really don't care how dumb that may sound to some people, because I know it to be true, and I know those are words, and that's the only reason I say it may sound dumb, because it's not dumb. It's what's really happening if words matter. The evolution of consciousness, spirituality becoming to the forefront because it needs to. People don't want to keep doing the same thing anymore. We can't do this anymore. We're not meant to live in a world where we're ran like it's like a big dysfunctional family. The people in charge just say do it because that's how it's supposed to be, not because it makes sense to anybody, because that's how it's supposed to be. And honestly, I have to come into my ego in order to feel the pain, so that I can feel sympathy for the people that are just blatantly going through life, harming other people, hurting other people, not caring, being ignorant, just not showing any sign of caring. Otherwise, I could just walk around with a big smile on my face saying, oh, it's all their karma, and just let them go and don't say anything, and just make videos about what? What do I do to help people if they don't want help? So therefore, I come back to what would I do if I just want to be the best Dan Alexander I can be, and I want to be the best dad I can be, and I try to involve myself with my kids, and it's like sitting with strangers. My son Xavier is really close to me, and he's the only one that spends any time with me. The other ones come. I don't think they don't want to. Jasmine and Leo, Oliver and Brianna choose not to. Matt's older, and he just says I gave him false hope, which I am totally over that. But in order for me to keep caring about my kids the way Dan Alexander should, because I'm not stupid, and I'm not crazy, and I'm not just dismissing the fact that I'm a person who has a family and so-called obligations, you know, unlike every other creature in the world. Like, they let their kids do their own things. And the way life is, it's just allowing things to be what they are. As we became more conscious, we realized we don't have to harm each other, that kind of stuff. You teach your young values and morals. You don't just let things happen the way they happen, because that's what people do. You just don't bother. Just pay no attention to what's going on. Just let your kids go. That's what people do. A lot of them. I can't say all people. I don't want to, but I sort of have to. And then I have to let my kids go. And then I sit back and I think of Matt's big puppy dog eyes when he was like, he'd be on this little yellow scooter, holding the handles, kick his feet up and go wee into the door, and look back at me. All over his goofy little smile, and how he'd laugh all the time when he was a little baby. And then it breaks my heart to look back at my past and realize that through all these years I held on to all that stuff so much that when my spiritual experience happened, I don't know how to say the words better than that. I worked on it, and I worked on it. And I let go of all the pain. And I forgave myself for what I didn't mean to do. I was just living life. thinking, you gotta work your job and pay the bills, and now I'm in this situation where I don't see my kids often, but I'm doing what I can, and I'm trying. And I felt like I was. Because I was. And that's okay. You know, right now, I love this because my heart's breaking by the second more and more. But I need it to. Or else I won't know what I'm living for anymore. Nobody seems to want help. Nobody seems to want friends. Nobody seems to want to do anything. Now the world is on lockdown. My own kids won't answer a message if I send them one. And I don't mean all of them, of course. The people that I don't include in certain ways know that I value them. I value everybody. I don't wish anyone harm. I don't judge anybody for what they're doing. If they're doing something that's something I think is foul or shouldn't be done to other people, then no, I don't want to hang around them, but I don't hate them or dislike them. I just remove myself from the situation. But there's times where I feel that oneness so much, and I don't even feel Dan Alexander anymore because I got rid of him. And like I said, when I feel like I know what my destiny and what our purpose in living is, I can be in that oneness place all the time where I feel that I'm one with God, and I'm one with the universe, I'm one with Source, I'm one with the Creator. I am the Creator. We are the Creator. Not we are the creators. I mean, in this physical world, we're plural, but in the real world, what's really, really happening, we are the Creator. But there's times where I just have to let myself just think about all the times that we spent together, their favorite movies, what they like to do. Oliver liked Oliver and Company. Xavier they used to love T-ball, and when they were little, they laughed so much. And I'd slam them on the couch, or wrestling moves and stuff, and we'd roll around on the floor and tickle each other and just watch SpongeBob and the shows on TV, run outside and play all the time. When I saw them, I was happy watching them play baseball when I got to. But all the years they were playing baseball, I didn't get to be very supportive of them because I was dating people, and it was inconvenient to go watch my kids. Not to me, but to them. So I had to, make them happy too. You don't have to make anybody happy if you're not happy. And it would have been happiest if I could have just lived with my kids and watched them grow. Not watched them grow apart. Watched them go. And like I said, I have to let them go. Then I have to bring them into my heart so I feel it over again. And it really hurts. I don't care how stupid it looks or how fragile I appear to be. I'm not. My foundation is strong. My heart is pure. And because of that, it seems like nobody else has anything but a outer eggshell surface. Nothing bothers anybody. It's nothing important. If they're either worried or they're angry or they're stressed out. Can't just love something. They can't just allow things and be happy because you're alive. And if you want to make changes, positive changes, talk to people about it and let's do it. Let's work on making positive changes. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm doing. Not just what I want to do, but I'm doing it alone right now. And sometimes I get demotivated because nobody even seems to care. They'd rather watch a loud movie upstairs than be quiet so I can record my audiobook that explains the human mind and where we all came from and what God is. And I just think it blows my mind that nobody seems interested in what's really happening. Not just my opinion, not just It's not just my experience, it's just my experience is a good way for me to help explain it. Maybe I wasn't chosen, but the word chosen is just the best way I could use it. But I'm doing this because through me, as a entertainer and a performer and someone with massive talent that doesn't need popularity to have drive. Like, I don't have popularity, I have nobody and nothing, and that's fine. I feel like I'm part of it all. I just don't feel like they think I'm part of them. It's a weird feeling, and it's okay. I just say, hey, they just don't get it yet. But when it's my own family and the people I see every day, it's hard. I miss my kids. It's not this just that I miss when they were babies. Like, I've worked at it so hard that sometimes I can't even remember the past, so I have to think about it again and dig it back up, and then it hurts all over again. But I can't just live in that place anymore. I can't live in the hole of a dad who isn't allowed to be one. What are you supposed to do? No one listens to you if you try to talk to them. And if you try to talk to them, you break down. Or you get emotional. Sue me. I have emotions. I know exactly what I'm talking about, but no one wants to listen. I know exactly how a good parent should be. And whether or not my exes agree or not, I'm right. I would never do anything to harm anyone. And I know how to eat right, move your body right, work out and be in physical fitness. You know, there's not one thing that I won't try to learn to get better at. So it's not like a me against them thing. It's just that I know what I'm doing and I know that I need that opportunity. I deserve the opportunity. Our kids deserve that opportunity. As people, the world deserves the opportunity to get to know Dan Alexander. And not for my sake, for theirs. And not because I want the popularity. Because I want to be that much of a help. Because I am that much of a help. And when I get to that place where it doesn't matter that that's even there, I have to come back to being like, then what should I do with my life? I'm already doing what I want to do with my own. But when I go to focus on that for too long, I think, like, what about my kids? Then I'm like, what about it? So they don't want to see you. That's okay. That's their choice, and they're going through their own things. And you know, you're still happy. You don't let it get you down. And then I'm like, okay. And I do that for long enough. And then after a while, I'm like, what about my kids? I'm like, what do you know about your kids? And then I have to like dig up memories of when they were little and break my heart again because they're gone. And yesterday's gone. Everyone knows that. A minute ago is gone. It just seems more near. So nothing that ever happened before will ever happen again, and I know that. But when I feel like I don't have the chance to have anything new happen with my own family members, the one that I intend to see grow, to see do the things that they dream of doing, not that I want them to do, but I want to help them figure out what they want. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what a parent should do, right? Apparently not. I'm not sure what else to say. I might be too embarrassed to let anyone see this. But I hope I'm not. If I do it from the Dan Alexander space, I'll be too embarrassed. If I do it from the other space, hell no. The world needs me to be who I really am, not just my ego. And I'm rebuilding a new one, but I have to keep my kids in it. And when I bring my kids into it, I don't know anything about them now. except for that they don't want to talk to me. So how am I supposed to be like, yeah, God is wonderful. God's a word, God's an idea. God is everything. And everything that generates something else is still an idea of God, a manifestation of God. Whether it's a manifestation or a seemingly malfunction, it's God. It's how we learn. And until we learn better, all of us, it's still going to be there, or else we'll take it away, or we'll remove it, or we'll improve it, or make it better, or fix it. I'm trying to fix the things that I know are wrong, not that I think are wrong. And the things that even that I know are wrong, I accept, but I plan on working at them and helping them become the best they can be. Somehow fix the things that people know need help fixing. I know that if I keep my heart in the right place and keep it open, that all this long, lengthy time will pass and I'll have a strong relationship with my kids. And at the same time, if I don't, I know I'll be okay. But I don't want to know that I'll be okay, if that makes any sense. They're my kids. And they didn't do this. Their moms, I don't think, even meant to do this. And they don't care enough or know me enough to think that I have this kind of... Or maybe they don't care. Maybe they're that cold-hearted. I don't wish either of them anything bad. Just want to talk to them. Boy, that's horrible, isn't it? That's a crazy guy right there. He wants to save the world and be a good dad and help everybody. That's a guy to just keep off your friends list. That jerk. All I can do is keep trying and not crying. But I have to let it out every once in a while because it's healthy. Dad needs to do that once in a while. And people may think I'm talking in the third person and sounding weird, but they don't get it yet. That's fine. And they're awesome for it. Not because I'm just making it up, that I'm saying that to get away with calling them, like saying they don't get it, because that doesn't mean anything. Just because you don't understand something doesn't mean anything bad. In fact, when you don't understand something, sometimes it makes life more fun. The whole saying, ignorance is bliss, is true. When you don't know, you're being fed a bunch of lies or taken advantage of or neglected or ignored. It's okay. When you notice it, it doesn't seem to be as okay. But when you know why you notice it, it's still okay. I'm just gonna say, I love you guys. All of you. Anyone who sees this. The whole wide world. The universe itself is a big ball of love, and I love it. I'm part of it. I am it. So are you. But Matt, Oliver, Xavier, Brianna, Jasmine, Leo. Someday, I'm going to show you that I want to cry like that. Someday I'll show you that I have been trying so hard all these years. And I never stopped. I haven't. Ever. Not one day. Maybe for a moment at a time to go do something else besides dwell on the fact that I don't have my kids, but I thought about it every day. I still do. Because I won't let it go. I didn't come into... I didn't want to be a dad, so I could just let my kids go and be no part of my physical passing on of the future. I don't want to affect them by affecting the world, and not them, but you guys. Matt, Oliver, Xavier, Brianna, Jasmine, Leo. I know it's a mouthful, but I want to just say my kids, guys. I don't want to downgrade you by saying you like that in one big clump. And when I say this stuff about spirituality, I know people probably say your dad's full of crap or whatever, but I would have too. That's the point. I didn't expect for this kind of stuff to happen. If people would listen to me, I'd share some knowledge that you wouldn't even fathom somebody having in their head. I've died so many times, and all that kind of stuff sounds so weird to say, and it's true though. And sometimes I have other people's lives as my memories, although they're me. But it's not Dan. It's not that. I have so much to explain to people, but I want my kids to just have a relationship with me. Whatever you would like to do, just tell me, and I'll try to not push anything. I mean, I don't feel like I am pushing anything on anybody. I'm not trying. I'm trying to help you understand life. And if you're not ready for that, I'm ready to figure out what you want to do so we can do that together. I wish to be included, not excluded. Well, I guess that's enough for now.